as a flagger. He had recently, as stated by bail, Mr. Black was 21 years old. He grew up in Hamden, Connecticut. He's been a native of our state his entire life. He attended school, graduated from ACES, and as stated, he has no criminal record. Your Honor, Mr. Black is truly a product of his environment and his upbringing. His background consists mostly of depending on state benefits, grew up in foster care, multiple ineffective DCF involvements. Lack of guidance and support led Mr. Black down a trail of mental health issues. He has multiple diagnoses, including PTSD, multiple stays at inpatient services, outpatient services, and many prior suicide attempts. Even though through all this turmoil in his life, he was trying. Prior to this incident, he was working part-time in Wallingford as a flagger. He had recently completed programs in treatment and was doing well. Mr. Black is also extremely remorseful for this incident. We ask that you take that into consideration when setting the bond for Mr. Black.
Well, he is 21 years of age. I guess he does not have any previous record, is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
I mean, obviously, I read through the report. It is, I know he's emotional right now, but it's a very disturbing report to read when he calls for a serious bond, a domestic homicide of someone. I'll set the bond at $2.5 million at this particular time. It's going to be transferred over to Part A. That's where the serious cases go, to 35 Church Street. I'm going to transfer it over there for January 14th. The bond is set without prejudice. Certainly, if you're going to get a public defender over there, they would have the right to argue the bond again over there. But January 14th will be the next date at 235 Church Street.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the head apostles, elder / bishop in the great millstone, who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith, regardless if they hear or forbear. Shalom. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 30. Whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. Khan, this brother right here, this 2/3 is Jake. This snake right here, Jake brought deletion to his girlfriend. I guess his girlfriend wanted to relieve the relationship, or maybe she had a side dude or a side piece or whatever the case may be. But she had another guy maybe, or she wanted to break up with him, and he couldn't handle any of that. So he spazzed out, and he basically brought his girlfriend to deletion. And the family standing there watching this young man, and it seemed like this young man has no care in the world, even though he may be crying in front of the judge. And you know how Jake is. They play tough with their own people, but when they go in front of Esau, sleazy Esau, eat him in his damn judgment seat in these courtrooms, it's like a whole different ball game when it comes to Jake. Jake, the snake, I tell you, man, they tough with their own people. They will do anything to hurt their own people. They go hard to play tough with their own people. They go above and beyond to prove that they the toughest amongst their own nation of people. And that's Jake for you. Jake don't have no sympathy for what he have done. He only is crying and he only has sympathy for the fact that he's been caught. He's about to do life or something like that right now. He's not getting no bail. He's not getting no bond and all of that extra stuff of that nature. Jake the Snake is wicked. He can't even handle a simple breakup with a woman. You gotta do, if you can't have her, nobody can have her. If you can't have her, Jake, nobody can have her. That's why you brought the young lady to deletion. This is the sad part about our people. They think they could just be a person that bring people to deletion. They think they could be a murderer and get away with it. They think they could just do anything, do whatever and get away with it, and think there's no consequences and repercussions that come with these things. Jake is tough on the block. Jake is tough on the internet. Jake is tough when it comes to disrespecting his own nation of people. But when Sleazy Esau Edom isn't you standing in front of that so-called judge, Sleazy E, you standing there in front of that courtroom, it's like a whole different ball game. You see the toughest Jake in the hood turn to a toddler and start breaking down, crying, moping, looking sad. But I bet you if he didn't get caught, he wouldn't care about none of that. He wouldn't be moping and crying. And maybe, I don't know, because, you know, some Jakes might have a conscience, but some Jakes don't have a conscience. So either or. Gotta be careful around these Jakes, the snakes, and Eves that like to deceive. A lot of people can't handle breakups and relationships. Look at the family. The family, before he got his sentence, they was really trying to grab him before he go through that door to whoop his ass. That was my sister, my sibling, my daughter. I'd have whoop his ass too before he get through that door. I'd have want to get at him too before he go through that door. I don't care if Sleazy Esau Edom is dead. Who them? They only in power because Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls God and JC, put them in a position to be in this power seat on the earth. Sleazy Esau Edom is the sword, is the whooping stick, is the sword and the whooping stick. The Lord created Sleazy Esau Edom as a whooping stick, a sword to spank us for going off. So no matter how Jake ignore brothers on the street teaching and prophesizing, Sleazy Esau Edom is gonna do it, play his role. Jake, you lost. You lost in the sauce. Your eyes been shut, spiritually and physically. Spiritually discerned. You had to go just because she break up with you. She got rid of you. She break up with you, or she was cheating on you. You brought the girl to deletion. You brought a girl. It's how many women is in the world? It's more women in the world than men. So if you lose one woman, there's another one coming. It ain't gonna happen overnight. It may not happen right away, but eventually there's another woman out there for you. There's no need to bring a woman to deletion just because she want to break up and go with another man, or she got caught cheating, or whatever the case may be. There's no need to bring, but that's Jake. Jake be power tripping. The music get to their head, the DRUGS's go to their head. That bottle they drinking go to their head. Whatever they doing go to their head. Point is, popularity, the DRUGS, everything in the hood goes to their head. And they think they could do whatever they like and get away with it. But here we go. The family got you. Ain't no escaping. Let's jump to verse 19. I don't want to it's just a spiritual rant right now. And I don't really want to bore you guys. I just want to get straight to the point, straight to the scriptures. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 19. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. You don't think the Lord is prepping judgment for this so-called Jake right here, this 2/3? He, on the inside, death is waiting for him on the inside of that prison facility. Deletion is waiting for him in that prison facility. He gonna run his mouth to the wrong brother, or he gonna play around, play tough with the wrong brother, or he just might be lacking, and they might, punk him, herb him, shove him around, and he might be brought to deletion within that facility behind bars. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is the avenger. Look at him breaking down. Look at Jake face breaking down. You know damn well you don't care. You only care about you being caught, being in jail, and doing 20 to 25 to life behind bars. That's the only reason Jake is emotional. Otherwise than that, Jake don't give a damn. Nigga, I can't. You don't hear the music today? You don't hear the drill music? You don't hear the music today? They don't care about hurting you and violating you and doing bad things. They only feel hurt and sad when they get caught. When they get caught and they're in front of the judge in court, that's the only time they feel some sorts of way. Rather than that, Sleazy Esau Edom is going to lock Jake up. Jake is going to keep going through them revolving doors, and that's it. But you think you're going to be calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, who y'all only call as God and JC, and think he's going to forgive you for bringing somebody to deletion? Crazy out here. Let's get one more precept and I'm going to close out. I don't make this too long. I don't want to be rambling too much. And I know you guys got a short attention span. Let's get this last precept when we close out, man. Jake is wicked. Jake is wicked. Look at the family trying to whoop his ass before he even get out of the courtroom. That family ain't give a damn about the courtroom. They don't care. Man, the Sleazy Esau Edom so-called justice system, it doesn't work. And it ain't for you so-called Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It ain't for y'all. This place ain't for us, man. When y'all gonna wake up? But Jake the snake and Eve that like to deceive, they gonna play around all they want. They gonna ignore this word. They're gonna ignore the truth. They're gonna ignore the words of the Lord to live their life however they want to live their life and do the things that they want to do. But this is the book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 15. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Meaning the Lord ain't going to see your ass after the shit you have done. You done took somebody's life. You done brought somebody to the deletion and think you could call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, who y'all ignorantly call as God and JC. No. Jake the snake and Eve that like to deceive, y'all could keep imagining that. 2/3 of our people could keep imagining, thinking that the Lord ain't going to do nothing. And whatever they do in the dark ain't going to come to light. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, and when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. So the Lord don't care how much you pray. You go pray 100 times a day from sun up to sundown 100 times. The Lord don't want to hear you. You got blood on your hands. You a murderer. Man, it's over for Jake. This Jake is finished. Looking like a Sideshow Bob. You don't see his head, dude? He look like a Sideshow Bob. I will not hear, and your hands are full of blood. Khan, the Lord is not going to hear you, Sideshow Jake. Sideshow Bob Jake. Look, he trying to pass out. They ain't trying to hear that. They know all of y'all pull that same card, crying, passing out. Please, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is not dealing with Jake and 2/3 of our people. And Eve that like to deceive, thinking because she a woman, she innocent in everything she do. No, Eve that like to deceive. You the same way. You gonna get the same judgment as Jake the snake. Both of y'all gonna get the same judgment. But look how this family got down on Jake ass. He deserved that. Wicked. But with that, I pray this video is edifying for the hopeful elect. I'd like to say shalom.